In this video, I'll be doing a complete walkthrough how to ship your products directly to Amazon from your supplier in China. We're also going to speak about all of the things you have to prepare to get there. So all of the things that Amazon needs for you to create your shipping labels and your shipping quire and all of these things that you have to know before you ship your products directly to Amazon. My name is Niels Olderb and I've been living in China since 2013. And during that time, we sourced more than 1,000 products. We launched over 200 products on Amazon, so I shipped a ton of times directly to Amazon. I want to go over the things that you have to pay attention to, because if you forget some of the things or if you mess some things up, it can get really costly and really expensive. And we had it a couple of times that we did some of these mistakes. We shipped the products in and we had a big problem because Amazon rejected the whole shipment and sent it back on our costs, of course. So I wanted to avoid that. So let's go over all of the things that you have to prepare in order to ship your products directly to the Amazon warehouse. The first things you need are information from your supplier. So before you even go into Amazon Seller Central and create your shipping quire and all of these things, there are a couple of information that you need from your supplier. And I had this before, you always forget to ask for something and then you're at it and you're doing it. You're in Seller Central and you're creating the labels, and then you have one thing that you forgot to ask. So you have to go back to your supplier, and then your supplier takes some time to come back to you. And this is all a bit unnecessary. So you have to know a couple of things. The things that you need to know are the sizes and the volume of your shipment. Actually, check out this video up here, because in that video I go over how you can save money shipping by air. So the couple of things that you need is the size and the volume of your pallets, your individual boxes. You need to have the weight of all of your things, and a couple more things. So basically all the weights, the dimensions, the volume of your boxes, your pallets. Even if you're shipping in a container, this becomes even more important. So you need to have all of these data, and your supplier can give you that, because usually they always pack the product the same. So it's not only the weight and the volume of the box, but also of your actual product. So of your product packaging, but then how many of these products do you put in an individually into a box, and then how many of those boxes do you put on a pallet, and what are the sizes, dimensions, weight, volume from each of these things. So packaging, your boxes, your pallet, like all of these things you have to know, and your supplier can give you all of these numbers. The next thing you need is going to be your shipping quote. So basically for your shipping quotes, you reach out to 3 sources to get your quote. I'm making this short here because it's all explained in the other video on how to save money on air shipping. But basically the 3 quotes that you get are, you get a quote from your supplier, because oftentimes your supplier can give you a better price because they do bigger volumes and they already have a relationship with the forwarder. The second thing you want to reach out to are the big guys, right? So like UPS and FedEx and all of these, the big forwarders that are well known. And then you also want to reach out to a couple of forwarders by yourself that are not as well known. You research them, you reach out to them. And these are basically the 3 quotes that you get. And you can only get these quotes when you have the volume and all of these things that you did in the first step. One of the things that's really important is to get your labeling right. So the labeling on the individual products, the EAN codes or the UPS codes, it kind of depends on where you sell, right? But all those barcodes, the codes that Amazon gives you, all of that have to be stuck correctly. So it shouldn't be wrapped up. It have to be the right codes. They cannot be printed blurry. You have to pay attention to that. And later on, I'm going to go into how you can actually control this and make sure that no mistakes happen there. The next step is to create your shipping quire within Seller Central. And actually during the process of creating the shipping quire, you will be getting your shipping labels and the individual stickers for all of your products that have to be applied onto. So that's basically a guided process where you say, okay, I'm going to create my shipping quire now. And then you have to give Amazon all of the data that your supplier gave you. So again, your volume, your sizes of the products, the sizes and the weight of the boxes that you have, the pallets, if you ship in pallets, all of those things. Now, this is basically a guided process within Seller Central where Amazon just asks you to put in all the names. One of the things that's very important and that you have to speak about with your supplier is the difference if you have case pack products or individual pack products. And the difference basically is that what you want to do is to only have, if you have different variations, what you want to do is to only pack one box with one kind of variation. So you don't want to mix them up because that actually kind of complicates things a little bit. And what you want to do is you want to have separate boxes for separate variations. If you have different variations, like different colors or different sizes, you want to have them in different boxes. So you basically just go through the whole process. Then you will be getting your shipping labels, because you told Amazon like, okay, I have 10 boxes and each of these 10 boxes holds 20 of my products, right? So then you're going to get 200 stickers from Amazon. Basically, it's a PDF that you get after you create the quire with all of these stickers for the individual products. You have to send those to your supplier and make clear that they cannot be blurry, okay? What I like to do is just, like to ask them to make a picture of it once it's applied, and then sometimes from the picture you can see already that's not good, okay? That's just one little precaution here. Then you're also going to get the shipping labels from Amazon. So the shipping labels have to be applied onto the individual boxes. So that's not the stickers now for the products. That's the stickers that go outside of the box. That's all of the shipping information are on there. And sometimes it can be that Amazon gives you these shipping labels and you find out that they ask you to ship your boxes to different locations. For example, if you're shipping to the US, they might require you to ship some to California or some to New York. Usually what I found is that it's cheaper to pay the little markup for Amazon to, be able to ship it all to one location than it is to pay your forwarder to split up your shipment to different destinations. At the last point here, I want to touch on something that's really, really important. And a lot of people forget that. And actually a very common theme that people ship their products and then they discover when they land in Amazon that the product quality isn't good. Even if you don't ship directly to Amazon, but you ship to your house first, you have to do a quality control before you ship your products. So the right moment to do your quality control is when you paid your 30% down payment and before you paid your net payment. So before you paid the 70% for the supplier, before they ship it, you have to make the quality control. You have to arrange a third party. A quality control done by the factory is not enough. You have to do a quality control by a third party. I always recommend Asia Inspection, who isn't called Asia Inspection anymore, but anyway, I'll leave some comments below in the description where you can find them. So I always hire them to come in, check on my products, make pictures, check the individual products, and also check if everything is labeled correctly. Because the biggest mistake that we made in the past is having issues with the labeling or having issues with the quality. So you have to make sure that the quality is right before you ship your products. Shipping your products to your home first and making the quality control yourself is a huge risk because you're only going to get the product shipped once you paid. And once you paid, it's so hard to have your product shipped back to China to reproduce it. Imagine you order a red product and when it arrives at your doorstep, it's pink. Or when it arrives at Amazon, it's pink. To get the products out, first, it's huge hassle. And second, it's cost a ton of money. But if you do the quality control in China while the products are still at the manufacturer, while you still haven't paid the whole amount to your manufacturer and they still want to have their money, that's the right moment when you do the quality control. So please make sure you always do that third-party quality control. No matter if it's your first order, if it's your second order, if it's your 100th order, you have to make sure that you have the quality control in place before you ship your product. Let me know in the comments below, what's the most annoying thing that you ever went through when dealing with Chinese suppliers? I'm super happy to hear that in the comments and dive in there with you. Up your shipment into different maybe you can let me know in the comments, did you ever hear, maybe you heard in some Amazon, and the one way to provide this, to prevent